gentlemen, the talk of the town, proudly present the star of the evening, Rolf Harris! I'm Jake the Peg, diddly-diddly-diddlum, with his extra leg, diddly-diddly-diddlum. Wherever I go through rain and snow, the people always let me know. There's Jake the Peg, diddly-diddly-diddlum, with his extra leg, diddly-diddly-diddlum. The day that I was born, oh boy, my father nearly died. Well, he couldn't get my nappies on no matter how he tried. 'Cause I was born with this extra leg, and since that day begun, I had to learn to stand on my own 3 feet. Believe me, that's not fun. I'm Jake the Peg, diddly-diddly-diddlum, with his extra leg, diddly-diddly-diddlum. Wherever I go through rain and snow, the people always let me know. There's Jake the Peg, diddly-diddly-diddlum, with his extra leg, diddly-diddly-diddlum. I had a dreadful childhood, really. Well, I suppose I shouldn't moan. Each time they had a 3-legged race, I won it on my own. And also I got popular when came the time for cricket. They used to roll my trousers up and use me for the wickets. I'm Jake the Peg, diddly-diddly-diddlum, with his extra leg, diddly-diddly-diddlum. Do a Harry Worth here for you. There's Jake the Peg, diddly-diddly-diddlum, with his extra leg, diddly-diddly-diddlum. I was a dreadful scholar. I found all the lessons hard. Well, the only thing I knew for sure was 3 feet make a yard. To count to 10 I used my fingers, and if I needed more, by getting my shoes and socks off, I could count to 24. Hang on a second, but hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Count to 25. I'm Jake the Peg, diddly-diddly-diddlum, with his extra leg, diddly-diddly-diddlum. Whatever I did, they said was false. They said quick march, I did the quick waltz. And then they shouted at me, put your best foot forward. But which foot? I said, it's very fine for you. You only got a choice of 2. But me, I'm Jake the Peg, diddly-diddly-diddlum, with his extra leg, diddly-diddly-diddlum.
Take them off.
No.
Get them off.
No. I am only 13.
This is no time to be superstitious.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, inch, half, 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 shh, inch, half, inch, half, shh, inch, half, inch, half,
All together. You're as mad as I am.
Hey, what do you say? I just flew back from the USA. And I said, hey, what do you say?
Do you mean, what would I say given the normal run of circumstantial eventualities, or what do I say on this specific occasion from the stage of the Talk of the Town, London? Well, bloody hell. No, hang on a minute. What it was, I should, yeah, wow. I've done it now. Open me mouth, and straight away you know I'm uncouth. Or is it uncouth? Anyway, tell you the truth. The reason I'm here, bashing your ear, I just wanted to say, hooray! It's great to be back. Thank you very much. You know, most people, when they come out on stage, they do an American-type opening song, you know, the sort of... everything's coming up roses, or the sort of good evening folks and goodbye, this sort of thing. And I thought it'd be nice to start the act off with this sort of song. And I based this on a phrase that they seem to use more than any other phrase in the States. Actually, whenever people saw me over there, they said, "G'day, Rolf, baby, what do you say? What do you say, Rolf, baby, what do you say?" And they don't give a damn what you say, really. You know, honestly, they're not interested. You start to tell them, you say, "Oh, I feel pretty rough, I'll probably die," and they say, "Great, baby, great." They got a comparable phrase in Australia. They say, "G'day, how would you be? How would you be?" Anybody here from Aussie tonight? Any Australians? Yeah? This young fella in Sydney parks the car, takes out of the glove box a bottle of rum, 2 plastic cups. "Righto," said, "over you go, into the back seat." Somebody knows up there. Hear that laugh? Look at that. And the girl said, "No, look, I don't want to get into the back seat." "Righto," said, "over you go." She said, "No, look, I've told you I do not wish to get into the back seat." Right, I said, she said, "No, look, I've told you I don't." He said, "Why don't you want to get into the back seat?" And she said, "I want to be with you." Must tell you this. This old fella's drinking in a bar in Sydney, King's Cross. And it's a Saturday morning, so he's left his teeth home. And he looks like a brown paper bag that's received a vicious judo chop, you know. Drinking away. Big American tourist comes in, white Stetson hat with a curly brim. He buys the old Aussie fella a drink, and they get talking, and the topic of land comes up. And the old Aussie bloke said, "Oh, yes, I've got a bit of land myself, yes. Oh, yes, I've got a bit of land myself, yes. Oh, yes." The American, "How much land do you have?" "Oh," he said, "I got about 1.25 acres, yes. Oh, yeah, 1.25 acres. Oh, yes, about 1.25 acres, yes. And the American's flabbergasted. He said, 1.25 acres in a country the size of the... Gee, he said, "I don't wish to appear to brag, but where I come from, back in the States, I can get on my horse at 6 o'clock in the morning, ride it hard all day, and at 6 o'clock at night, I am still on my own property." And the old Aussie bloke said, "Yes, I had an old horse like that myself once. Oh, yes. Anybody here from Ireland tonight? Yes? Struck the jackpot again, look at that. These 3 fellas come out of this pub. They've had a few. Well, they're blind, paralytic, maggoty, mouldy, drunk. And suddenly one lad says, "Psst, lads, I think we're in a cemetery. There's a headstone here. By God, now that was an old fellow when he died, 121. And his friend said, "What's his name?" "Miles from Dublin." I want to sing you a song written by Jake Thackeray. Not exactly written specifically for me, but it could have been. It fits so perfectly. Because my wife, when we first met, my wife was a shy, retiring English rose. I was a noisy, brash, repulsive Australian. Of course, I've changed since that day. But her mother's sweet English lady. Her father is an ex-British Army major. You know, the type pinstripe moustache. Somebody says to him,
Say, I hear by your accent, are you English?
British, old boy. You know the type, right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that we're agreed that we're in love, we'll have to face the la-di-da, the eyewash, all of that fancy pantomime. I love you very much, so I'll try, love. I'll bill and coo with your gruesome Auntie Susan. I'll stay calm, I'll play it cool. I won't let your two tetchy uncles get my back up across my heart. And I won't go berserk when they say I look peculiar. I'll be nice to your mummy, I'll come all over la-di-da. Although she always gets up me nose, I love you very much. And so I'll smile and I'll acquiesce when she suggests that I caress her scabby cat. Ugh. I'll sit still while she knits and she twitters across my heart. And I won't lay a finger on the crabby old bat face. I'll be polite to your daddy, frightfully la-di-da. Although he always bores me to my boots. You know, I love you very much. And so I won't boo and hiss when he starts to reminisce. I won't flare up, I won't drop off. Oh, the runs he used to score and how he won the war cross my heart. But I'll have to grit me teeth when he goes on about his rupture. I'll behave at the wedding breakfast, I'll be la-di-da. With all those hearty toasts and risque jokes, love you very much. And so I'll force a laugh for those blasted photographs, have no fear. I won't turn tail, I won't run amok when the females chuck confetti in my ear. And cross my heart, love, I'll steer clear of the pale ale when we're off on our own. No more la-di-bloody-da. I promise we just won't have the time. We just won't have the time for all that pantomime. I love you much too much. Anybody here celebrating a wedding anniversary tonight? Just the one fellow on his own up there, is it? It's difficult to see with these lights. Two fellas together, that's worse. No, we've got some genuine anniversaries, have we, tonight? Yeah? That's good. I tell you what's nice. It's nice to get as many people involved as is possible in this sort of thing. Let me put it this way. Is there anybody here tonight planning anything which could be celebratable later on as an anniversary of some sort? You see, straight away that involves a lot more people, right? So for those involved, a little song. We're the genuine anniversaries. You don't want a serious sort of song for this, do you? The sort of, Oh, how we danced on the night we were wed. And we danced and we danced. The room had no bed. You don't want the serious sort of thing, do you? No, I thought sort of a comedy approach, I thought, on this one. Here we go. We got married last Friday. My sweet wife stood beside me. And much later on, when the guests had all gone, we stood side by side. Now we were so glad to be wed then. She got ready for bed.
Then and her false teeth and hair she placed on the chair, side by side. One cork leg to follow, one glass eye so small, and then she unscrewed her left arm and placed it on the chair by the wall. I stood there broken-hearted. Well, most of my wife had departed, so I slept on the chair. There was more of her there, side by side. Oh, yeah! Thank you. I got a friend married 21 years. Every year, on the anniversary of the marriage, he goes back to the church where they were wed, sort of a pilgrimage, and punches the vicar right on the nose. Anyone here from New York tonight? Yes, yes. This happened in Central Park, New York, down the rough end. And this old rabbi is crossing the park about dusk. Not a rabbi, an old cantor. He's crossing the park, and these 4 hoodlums jump out from behind bushes, and they land on the fella. Down he goes, face down in the mud. One guy holds him down, the other guys rob him, take all his valuables, cufflinks, wristwatch, wallet, everything of value, and they scatter. And he comes up, he's shaking with suppressed rage, his mud in his whiskers and bits of grass eat up the nostril. You know, you can imagine the indignity of somebody holding your head down the mud, right? He reaches into the inside pocket, brings out a tuning fork. Help! Since I've been here at the Talk of the Town, I've had so many requests to sing this song. It's a song from the show Fiddler on the Roof. And for those of you who haven't seen the show, the basic background of the show, it's a very poverty-stricken Jewish community in Russia around about the turn of the century. The central character is a very religious but very, very poor milkman. And he's got this lovely thing he does all the way through the show. He pictures God as being in a section of heaven just like within talking range, just there. And he discusses everything with him. He asks advice from him, and things go wrong, he complains bitterly to him. There's one nice bit that illustrates this. At one stage, his wife is nagging, and she's an expert. And he's trying to get a word in edgeways, you know. He's saying, yes, but no, of course not, my darling. But you see, yes, no, but I fully intended to. No, but if you let me, please, if I could just explain. Yes, no, but yes, you see. Finally, he turns around and goes, the song that fascinated me most in this one, give us a rhythm, fellas. In this bit, he comes in, he's fed up to the back teeth, his poverty is sort of sitting on his shoulders like a physical weight. And he looks up to heaven and he says, "Oh Lord, you made many, many poor people. I know, of course, it is no shame to be poor, but it's no great honor either. So would it have been so terrible if I had had just a small fortune? If I were a rich man, all day long, boom. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. If I were a bitty rich, idle man, I'd build a big tall house with rooms by the dozen right in the middle of the town. Fine tin roof and real wooden floors below. There could be one long staircase just going up, and one even longer coming down, and one more leading nowhere just for show. I'd fill my yard with chicks and
turkeys and geese, and ducks for the town to see and hear, with each one squawking noisily as they can, and each loud would burst like a trumpet on the ear, as if to say, here lives a wealthy man. If I were a rich man, all day long I'll biddy-biddy-bum. As if I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. If I were a biddy-biddy rich, idle, diddle man, I'd see my wife, my Golda, looking like a rich man's wife, with a proper double chin, supervising meals to her heart's delight. I'd see her putting on airs and strutting like a peacock. Hey, what a happy mood she's in, just screaming at the servants day and night. If I were rich, I'd have the time that I lack to sit in the synagogue and pray, and maybe have a seat by the eastern wall, and I'd discuss the holy books with the wise men 7 hours every day. This would be the sweetest thing of all. If I were a rich man, all day long I'll biddy-biddy-bum. As if I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan if I were a wealthy man? Thank you very much. Did you hear about the Jewish Santa Claus comes down the chimney, wakes the kid up and says, "Want to buy some toys?"